guys, welcome back. It's Shelby and today we are decorating a lampshade and I'm using coffee stir sticks. I know that's kind of a weird combination, but I thought it might give it like this cool kind of like woodsy kind of unfinished look. So I thought that might be neat. So I have a huge stack actually of coffee stirs and my hot glue gun, and I've got this little lampshade that you just pick up cheap. It's just a fabric lampshade. I chose white because I still want the light to come through it, and I wanted a base for my sticks. But yeah, I'll link everything that I used down in the description below if you want to make your own, along with my socials, and let's get going. Okay, so I have my hot glue gun right here, and the first thing that I'm going to be doing is lining up a bunch of sticks just in sets of 2 and creating this tiny little angle with them, just like that, or I guess towards the camera. So one straight and then one at kind of a 30-degree angle, and just lining up a whole bunch of them one after the other and putting a little dot of glue right there and connecting them. Just like that. Maybe a little bit less of an angle, even just like that. And then try not to get too much glue around, just like a little bit's fine, but yeah, just try and keep it a nice clean edge and an angle just like this. Do the same for this one. Tiny little dot of glue. I keep wanting to make like giant angles. Nope, just tiny little angle like that. So we have 2 little angles about the same. Perfect. Oh, I just eyeballed that and it's almost perfect. Awesome. So just make like a gajillion of these. So just keep going until you've got a nice big pile of your little 2 connected wooden coffee stirs. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm keeping the same stir stick side down and then the same one up. So the one I'm starting with and putting the glue on the left side is always my underneath stick, and then I'm layering the one that goes on the right over the top of it. And I don't know, just to like keep things uniform, that's what I'm doing. You probably don't have to do that if it won't bug you, but it'll look like slightly different if you don't. So that's what I'm doing. But basically just make a ton of these. I think it's going to take something like 35 sets of these. So just keep gluing them together until you just have like a giant big pile. And I do like to check the angles as I'm going. You can see that I'm measuring against previous ones, just kind of spot checking it as I go, just to make sure that all the angles that I'm making are roughly the same, because if they're different, you're going to have pretty noticeable patches on the lampshade. Like the effect that I'm going for is really only gonna like work and look cool if the angles are relatively the same. So just keep making the same angle with the same stick on the bottom, the same stick on the top, and the same angle as the other ones until you have a bunch of them. So when you feel you have enough of them created, we will start placing them on our lampshade, still with hot glue. So what you want to do with this is take your stick, and I'm putting the side that I had put on top down against the lampshade with a little dot of glue just under the rim of the top of the stick. So it's going to hit the upper part of the lampshade because my coffee stirrers are slightly taller and longer than my lampshade. And this I'm going to use as a guide just to kind of do it all the way around. If you do the very top of the stick on the lampshade, there's always going to be pressure on it when you're building this. The lampshade is going to be uneven, your sticks can go uneven, and the hot glue isn't that strong, so you might end up just, snapping them off and making them more difficult to put on, and just kind of like fall off while you're doing it. So what I'm doing is I'm using the table as the measuring and putting the very bottom of the sticks on that, and then trying to glue the top of the sticks to come off over the lampshade just a little bit because they're all the same size. They're going to be sticking up over the lampshade an even amount, and I'm just trying to kind of get them glued to the top of the lampshade kind of equidistant from each other. It's about slightly less than a ½ inch. And then I'm also trying to use just kind of a minimal amount of glue on the top of the stick where it's connecting with the lamp so that I don't get like giant drippies and dollops of glue all over the place and have it look really messy. I'm going for a very like kind of clean uniform look, so I'm just getting a couple of them set on to make sure I like it. But what I really like about this and the angle with the sticks is that the wood is coming down and creating a pattern on the lampshade itself. But then you've also got the angle of the stick coming out and making kind of like a structural secondary shade coming out at just like a slightly larger angle and just creating a unique and really cool kind of look with that. So just continue around, try to get your sticks kind of equidistant from each other. I chose like just slightly less than a ½ inch, but yeah, just be careful with the glue, try not to make a mess, and let the sticks kind of go where they're gonna go. They are slightly adjustable, the angles are slightly adjustable, but yeah, just keep going until all of the spaces on your lampshade are filled with coffee stirrers. All right, you guys, here's how it turned out. Ta-da! I have it on this little lamp, but it's like there's no way to get it all on camera unless I hold it, and that's like super awkward, so I'm not gonna do that. But this is the lampshade and how it turned out. I really like it. I think it's a kind of cool, kind of structural, visually interesting piece. You've got the wood on the lampshade, and then you've got this like secondary lampshade coming out just with the shape of the wood, and of course it moves because there's nothing in there, and you can like, yeah, so it's really cool. Here's what it looks like with the light on. If I can find the little thing in there, there it is. So the light still comes through. It does a really good job of creating this cool kind of shadowed effect without actually blocking any of the light, which is important. You can kind of see up front, like, yeah, it doesn't really do anything to stop the light from coming through, which I really like. So this is kind of the full effect. So I think it's really cool. I hope you guys do too. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I will link my socials and everything you need to make this project at home if you want to do it yourself down in the description. I hope you liked the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I'd love to see you here again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.